Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by Imagen AI, which is an editing tool that I've been using for a while now, along with so many of my colleagues during the wedding season. But in today's video, I want to see how it handles a creative portrait shoot. Can it really edit like me, like it claims? Let's find out. So what is Imagen AI? Imagen AI is a Lightroom-based photo editing assistant that uses AI to batch edit your photos. And you can either create your own profile and train it on your own style, or you can use one of the pre-built profiles that have been made by some seriously talented wedding photographers to get an effortless, polished look to your wedding galleries. And it has honestly saved me and a ton of my photographer friends hours of editing, especially in the wedding world when we are buried in weddings. But up till now, I have never used it for my more creative portrait work. So when Imagen AI reached out wanting to sponsor a video, I told them that if I'm going to do this, I want to test it on portraits. So that is what we're going to be doing today. Well, first of all, let's have a quick look at how Imagen AI works. And once you are in Imagen AI, you're going to see this AI profile section on the left. And this is where you can either choose a ready-made profile or you can start building your own. And like I mentioned earlier, there's a whole bunch of profiles already created by some really renowned wedding pros that you can use straight away for a quick and professional look. I'm a big fan of John Branch on YouTube. I've watched a ton of his videos and he has his own style on here as well. And that is a seriously awesome style for wedding photography. So if you're looking for one to try out, I would highly suggest that one. But you can also build your own profile that matches your editing style. And one quick way to do that is to give Imagen AI a Lightroom preset. And this could be one of your own presets or maybe somebody else's that you like. But in my opinion, the best way to make a profile is to train it with your own edits. And you do this by uploading thousands of finished images from your Lightroom catalog, and Imagen AI will learn your editing style, everything from your taste when it comes to exposure and color grading. And that is what we're going to do today to create our profile for portraits. But the great thing about Imagen AI is that you can create multiple profiles for multiple looks. So I've already got one for my wedding work. So today we'll be building a new one for portrait work, but also I am currently working on one for my travel photography as well. So to start on my profile, I'm going to be going through my Lightroom catalog, selecting collections that contain my finished edited portrait work that is going to be uploaded to Imagen AI to my profile, and then the software will analyze it. It'll analyze how I edit, things that come down to my taste like exposure, color, contrast, white balance, and create a profile based on that. And for the absolute best results, Imagen AI recommends uploading at least around 3,000 fully edited photos. And I already cull in Lightroom using the star system. And when you're creating the profile, you can tell Imagen AI to only include images in the profile that say have a star rating, or you can even just tell it to only include edited images, so then it will leave out any unedited images out of the training. Now, at this point, you will just click upload and Imagen AI gets to work, training itself based on your edits. And Imagen states that this can take up to 24 hours to complete, but for me, it only took about 2 or 3 hours to create this new profile. All right, so now my new portrait profile is ready to go. And to test it, I'm going to use this gallery, which I've imported. It's an old gallery from a few years ago. It's a lifestyle creative portrait photo shoot. And the shoot was so long ago that at this point, I've lost all of my original Lightroom edits because I did these on a different computer. So I don't have the original Lightroom edits, they are long gone. So it's going to be a great blind test to see how Imagen AI understands my aesthetic when it comes to editing portraits. And I've already culled everything in Lightroom. So everything that you're seeing here are just my selects. So in this gallery, there's a range of different shots in different lighting situations. We've got outdoor lighting in the sun, some in the shade. We've even got some in a greenhouse. And in terms of gear, I used a few different prime lenses, mainly the RF 50mm 1.2 and the Sigma 28mm 1.4. So It's going to be really interesting to see how Imagen AI can handle these different shooting conditions all in one single gallery. All right, now that I'm done, I'll click upload to upload the catalog to Imagen AI and let it get started. And it actually edits super fast, pretty much under a second per image in terms of editing each image. And these files were from my Canon R5. So these are pretty large 45 megapixel RAW files, and it's editing them super quick. So yeah, there we go. It didn't take long at all, and the edits are back. So let's take a look. The way that it works is it's going to now apply all of those edits straight into my Lightroom, into that catalog over the original unedited images. So you don't get new images, you don't get, say, JPEGs from Imagen AI. Imagen AI will just apply its edits straight to your RAW files. And right away, just looking through these images, it has done a really great job, whether it's with skin tones or the colors and overall editing style in general. I really do like how these look. I have my own Lightroom presets, and Imagen AI has actually really nailed how I like to set up my tone curves and split toning with my portraits for sure. There's still a little bit of fine-tune adjustments to do. Like I like my images a little brighter here and also slightly warmer, for example, but everything else is just so close. And if there are little things like that that you want to change, you can actually feed this back to Imagen AI so that in future edits, it will take this into account and make these little adjustments that you feed back. But really, this is pretty much a great reproduction of my Daytona Lightroom preset, which is one of my favorites, and at this time, one of my most used presets. Even down to the calibration settings and the clarity settings are just bang on. Here's a side-by-side with an original from this gallery from years ago that I've taken from my portfolio on my website. And keep in mind that obviously my style has evolved a lot since I edited this original image, and Imagen AI is using probably more of my recent edits to learn from. But side by side, in terms of colors, I love what Imagen has done to this edit. It's actually really shocking how close it's got to the image I edited. And of course, it's worth bearing in mind that Imagen AI doesn't retouch. It can do some basic skin smoothing, but anything like frequency separation or dodge and burn still needs to happen in Photoshop. And this has all been done on the original image, so that's worth bearing in mind. But in terms of straight up Lightroom edits, I am really, really impressed. Looking through the gallery again, it even handled things like straightening and cropping way better than I expected, because that's something that does, again, it eats up a lot of time in the editing process. And you can see in this image, for example, in the greenhouse, it detected the lines in the glass behind the model in the greenhouse windows, and it's actually straightened the image in accordance with that. So again, that's really impressive how it works all of that out. But anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think that these edits match my style? Because sometimes it's hard to tell when it's your own work. So I'd really love to know what you guys think. I'll put a couple more side by side on the screen, where the image on the right will be Imagen AI's version and the image on the left is my original edited version. So there you go. It is awesome for portraits, but where would I use Imagen AI in general? Well, commercial portraits, corporate headshots, branding work, anything like this, Imagen AI is going to save you a whole lot of time. But of course, this software doesn't replace you. It just gets you 90% of the way there so that you can spend more time behind the camera or focusing on retouching. And again, it also allows you to bring in outside help. Like I said, my wife can now help me out at times where so many projects start to pile up. She can use Imagen AI and get a lot of the heavy lifting done in terms of editing for me, so I can just come in and fine tune things and finish things off. So to conclude, this is a tool that helps. It doesn't replace photographers. It is all about efficiency, consistency, and freeing up your time. And it has been really revolutionary for me, especially for wedding work and other client work. as somebody who's running multiple businesses and this YouTube channel, I really have to maximize my time. And this tool helps a lot with that. And I really think it could help a lot of you guys out there too. If you've got any questions about the software, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer your questions. And if you want to give Imagen AI a go, there is a link in the description where if you sign up, you'll get 1,500 free edits, which is more than enough to see if it works for your style. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks again to Imagen AI for sponsoring the video, and I will see you all next time.